I noticed that girl and immediately decided to buy that beer to taste it and degustate it. Welcome guys, you are on the channel of Rate, and here we don't drink, we test. One day, I walking past the beer shelves in one of the beer shops in Germany and my attention was drawn to two beige labels. And both beers turned out to be wheat. Such dull, nondescript labels can always conceal real treasures of taste. Two wheat Bavarian beers. One of them is Kuchlbauer and Flötzinger. With this YouTube release, I begin a series of tasting wheat beer from different countries and varieties. So today I am starting with two not so famous kinds of Bavarian beers, Flötzinger and Kuchlbauer. As you can see, they have the same color scheme with beige, white, tan and brown colors. So I suppose today I try some new taste and finally we compare some other sorts of the beer with Paulaner. Bavarian wheat beer or Hefeweizen is one of the most iconic German beer styles. It's brewed with at least 50% wheat malt, giving it a naturally hazy appearance and smooth, refreshing taste. The yeast plays a key role producing signature flavors of banana and clove, sometimes with hints of vanilla or bubblegum. I usually cannot go through any shelf in the beer shop if I see some blue and white diamonds or some non-bright beige or tan labels. Let's start degustation. Look at them, please. Both of them are light Hefeweizen beers, but one of them has bright orange color and one of them has saturated light brown or amber color. I especially filled my glasses to compare them together at the same time. As we can see, the color of Kuchlbauer is a bit lighter than the color of Flötzinger. Aroma of Flötzinger is really refreshing. I feel its aroma from the far, fresh and at the same time refreshing. Almost the same notes in aroma, but aroma of Kuchlbauer is not so strong. Actually, before I opened those bottles, I bet on Kuchlbauer. Good color, good foam, but weak taste. I try some water with the taste of the beer. There are some very weak notes of yeast and I feel alcohol in this beer. The volume of this beer is 5 and 5%. Weak taste with some notes of alcohol and weak notes of yeast. So let's try Kuchlbauer, the beer in which I bet before tasting. The taste of Kuchlbauer is a bit richer than taste of Flötzinger. I feel some banana notes as usually and some nuts notes as well. Good beginning. The taste is feeling during the whole drinking and in the end. I feel some refreshing and nuts aftertaste. As for me, it's a good wheat beer, which I buy one more time. Flötzinger is a bit weaker, so it's also a good beer, but not so good as I tried previously in my series. So unfortunately, I didn't feel such refreshing breeze as I felt after Paulaner, for example. It's a good Bavarian beer, but its taste is not so bright and clear. My rates for Flötzinger you can check here. refreshing taste, I would name it Bavarian Prague. It's a bit bitter. After tasting it second time, I felt some bitterness in the taste. It's very nice for Bavarian beers. It shouldn't be very bitter, but I have to feel some bitter notes. Some bitter notes together with yeast notes build a taste of this beer. And probably 5 or 10% there are some other notes of banana and nuts as well. So it's a good Bavarian beer and it's a good arrival for a Paulaner. My rates you can check here. So from today's release, I started a series of tasting of wheat beers. Today I tasted two Bavarian beers, Kuchlbauer and Flötzinger. Both of them are pretty interesting with their specific of taste. I like all of them. Of course, there are some good and weak sides of each of them. From this release, I will show you a rating of wheat beers here, and we will try to define a leader of which beer. For now, it's of course a Paulaner, but probably during tasting of other wheat beers, we will check which wheat beer is the most interesting, delicious, and specific for such kind of beer. It was Basil Ray. Subscribe on my channel, like the video. See you on Friday.